Hello,
Hello, hello.
good evening.
Good evening. My name is Nick. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Nick.
What is your name?
My name is Bruno.
Bruno.
I'm
Nice to
I,
meet you.
I'm from
And
Brazil.
from Brazil. Okay, nice. What part of Brazil?
I live in the countryside of some sorry, of São Paulo state.
Okay, nice. And were you born there?
Ah, yes.
Okay, good, good.
Born
And
and living here.
yes, your English seems to be very good, very fluid. How long have you been practicing?
Actually, I'm an English teacher.
Okay, nice. So,
but but
yeah, go ahead.
how could you tell that my English was not very good?
Because you're speaking like a native speaker.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
uh,
Yeah.
I'm practicing at Cambly because since last year, I'm not teaching adults anymore. So I don't have high end, like very high level students.
Mm,
And students helped us to keep in practicing, right?
of course.
Not because you are Canadian, right?
Yes, I am
Uh,
Canadian.
and I can make a comparison like I know Portuguese because I'm born in Brazil, I'm Brazilian, but I can teach Portuguese because I have no idea about the Portuguese grammar rules.
Interesting.
If
Yeah.
someone asked me to teach Portuguese to them, I would be like a terrible teacher.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, after like high school, um, and I didn't practice my English. Like I kind of forgot about some of the things, when it comes to grammar and, certain things. And so I really had to brush up on my English before I started working on Cambly.
I know. And when I was teaching adults, it was really interesting because they ask questions, grammarly questions for us sounds obvious, but it's not. You have to explain to them, like, no, this is it, and it works like that, and in a phrase.
Exactly, exactly. And so you said you were teaching kids
hmm
before.
Yes.
Were you teaching in person or online?
Now, just in person.
Okay,
The semester just started today. We got
okay,
back from winter vacation, winter
right.
break.
Yes.
And now that all the teachers, all school staff is vaccinated, we are back.
Good, good, good.
hmm
So is it required now for everybody to be vaccinated before they can come back to school?
No, just the teachers. The students are not vaccinated yet.
Okay, okay. Interesting.
hmm
And so you said now it is in person, but before, did you teach online?
Yes.
And, like, was it for the same school, or were you teaching for like a specific, company online?
The same school. I, t-
Ah, okay.
I work for two different schools, and both of them were like last year 100% online. But
Okay.
this year, some classes online, some classes in person, and sometimes we have to shut it down, close the one specific class, and then go online, spend 2 weeks online, and then come back in person.
Okay.
Yeah, last year was okay because like it's 100% online and we are online and that's it. The decision was final. So all my working plan was planning on teaching online. But this year, because this week you are online, okay, and next week you are back in person, and they change schedules and like the first semester I got really stressed because this going back and forth online in person, online in person. Now we have to arrange your schedule again. Like, come on. Sometimes there was 1 week. I wake up in the morning, I went to the gym and came back. I was like chilling, like okay, I'm going to rest a little bit before I start to work, and they send me a message like, Bruno, aren't you coming to work? And I was, no, today I don't teach you this morning. And they, no, you are late.
Wow,
I was like, I didn't know that.
crazy, crazy. Yeah. And have you taught English in any other countries, or have you traveled to any other countries?
I studied journalism in the United States.
Okay, interesting. What part? What city?
Kansas.
Kansas. Wow. Oh my God. I was not expecting that answer, really.
Nobody expect that. This vacation was really interesting. Me and my wife, we like to go hiking,
Mm,
and we camp on a mountain, and it was like weekdays because we were on vacation, and it was just me, her, our guide, and there was three people there on the top of the mountain. And like I heard they were speaking English. It was okay. I have to go there. And hello neighbors and blah blah blah. The guy was, oh wow, someone that speaks English, and they start talking to him. He was from Colorado, I think, and he asked me, have you ever been to the United States? I said, yes, I studied there. Oh, where? Kansas. And he started laughing. Like, why? What's the reason for going to Kansas?
yeah, I mean, I would love to know as well, you know,
It's because
why Kansas?
I started my undergraduation here in Brazil, and the university they have a program they call sibling universities, something like that. I
Okay.
could go to there, studied with no tuition.
Mm.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's amazing.
uh,
That's great.
for 1 or 2 semesters. And I
Mm.
choose to go there, study 1 semester, come back and finish it here. So I have two diplomas, one American, one Brazilian.
Wow. And were you working in journalism after you got your diplomas?
Never.
Never. You didn't even try it.
No, I can say, like, I have a YouTube channel where
Okay.
I use all the techniques I learned from editing and recording and speaking. I'm really good at public speaking, public speech,
Yes.
uh,
Interesting.
uh,
Wow.
and just that. I never worked with journalism.
Wow. And
While
so,
that's the funny part. While I was in college, I had how can I say, a sewing factory. Sewing,
sewing,
sewing. I
sewing factory. Yes,
yes.
correct.
Uh, I outsource the sewing process of dolls.
Of dolls.
Yes,
Wow.
little dolls
Okay.
like Barbie, stuff like that.
Yes. Interesting. Very out there, you know. First Kansas and then these sewing dolls outsourcing it. Interesting. Very interesting story.
Yes, but it's because my father he works with toys here in Brazil for more than
Mm,
40 years, and he's in this career. He's still working with that, and like the top selling toys in Brazil was all designed by him.
wow.
He's a
That's
very great toy designer.
yeah. So like the journalism, right?
hmm
Obviously, you made the decision to go into college in Brazil to study this.
hmm
At what point did you realize that this wasn't what you wanted to do, and why?
Because it's sewing, dolls
The sewing. Okay.
were making more money than journalists.
Right. Yeah.
It's because
Okay.
I live in the countryside and
Mhm.
I like broadcasting, and broadcasting here is like really bad, really bad in the countryside. I would have to move to São Paulo. It's a
Yeah.
huge city, and I don't like the lifestyle in big cities. I
Yeah.
prefer here, so I decided not to go to big cities and pursue the dream because what drove me to start studying journalism is because I really like hiking and I wanted to work shooting documentaries of wildlife, like for Discovery Channel or
Right.
National Geographic.
Interesting. Okay. And then from the sewing to the English, how
Hmm.
did that happen?
Yes, I came back to the United States. I
Okay.
was working on the on my sales sewing factory, and because I didn't want to lose the English that I improved in the United States, because when I went there, my English was very intermediate, like
Mm,
B1 when I went there. When I came back, it was B2, C1, something like that.
okay.
And I didn't want to lose that. And everyone told me, "Ah, why don't you teach English to keep it on uh, with your English up to date?" And I was like, "Okay, I'm going to teach." And I started teaching one school. I I had like 3 classes just to practice, you know. And at one point, the sewing factory wasn't making much money, and teaching was my main job.
Wow. And how long have you been teaching now?
11 years.
11 years. Wow. Nice. That's amazing. Really great. Um, and so do you have any desire to, say, go back to the States or travel to another country to teach?
To teach, no. I'm trying to change my career.
Okay.
I'm trying to learn programming because my wife, she's a programmer
Okay.
and she works home office like all the time. She doesn't need to be there to work.
Right.
And we really would like to live in different countries. Like, this year let's move to Argentina and work there for like 1 year. And then,
Yeah.
let's move to Canada and work from there for like 1 year and experience the world and working and traveling.
Yeah. Well, I need to ask a question because I would really like to become an English teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like not just Cambly, for
Mm-hmm.
example. But I would love to travel, to different countries and teach, probably to kids starting out, And so I just wanted to, I guess, ask you if you have any sort of advice or just something that you might have learned in your 11 years that you found to be important to you when it comes to teaching.
When it comes to teaching, I think you have to read people.
Read people.
Yes, like I don't, something I don't do when I'm teaching is I don't put myself at first.
Hmm.
It doesn't matter who I'm teaching. You know, like, you are a Trump supporter. You are. I don't care. I will not
Right.
give my opinion. I'm not like I'm first. I would read my student, feel what they like, what are their goals, what their personal goals, what drives them in life, and then I will give them. I will change my personality for
Right.
them to like be comfortable around me. And
Yeah.
that has been working with me because my students they really like my classes.
That's great. Thank you for that, really. I think it's very good advice. Well, Bruno, I think that we're almost out of time,
Hmm.
but it was a pleasure meeting you. It was a pleasure talking to you. Um, I think your English is great,
Thank you.
There wasn't much that I could correct you on from our conversation,
Thank
but
you very much.
it was a pleasure.
I will try to to make appointments with you on the future.
Of course, that would be great. I
Nice.
look forward to it. Bye.
Bye.